Oh, I didn't have my screen on. Right. Greetings and welcome, everyone. It's AYCG Moviecast, episode 321. I'm one of your hosts, Jim Gast, joined by Corey Feinside.
Thumbs up.
Mike Siniti.
What's up?
And Tony Korkanakis.
2 thumbs down. Boom.
Always the pessimistic one.
Okay. Well, welcome, guys. Welcome, listeners, to episode 321. We have a bunch of movie news to get to. We got more gaming news to get to this evening. We do both podcasts on the same night, so make sure you tune into the gaming podcast as well if you're not listening to that. We got a lot of stuff coming up for that. But this is the movie cast, so let's get into the box office. Talk about how Moana is still number one for the second week at 28 million.
Disney. Holding strong.
And I'll throw the stat out now. Disney now holds record for most profitable year at a box office of all time, which with inflation obviously is true, except it did beat last year's Universal run. So, impressive, Disney. And they have yet to release Star Wars, so this is going to blow the record apart, essentially.
So it happens when you own every property.
Sure. And they have a lot of property.
Pretty much.
Warner Brothers has a lot, though, too, which we usually... I mean, they always are consistent. Corey and I have talked about this, where their movie, like... I have a cord in my...
Warner Brothers and Disney are like the only two that actually consistently stay above $1 billion.
Yeah. So Universal set the record last year because they had Jurassic World, which like shocked the world. No pun intended. And they also had Fast 7, which was Paul Walker's last movie. So they had a huge run last year of just shocking movies that did so well. Disney, on the other hand, is like pumping out their live-action versions of their animated movies, and they're quality movies. Like, they're good movies. If you guys haven't checked out The Jungle Book yet, the live-action version, I recommend it big time. Like, it's really good. So, like...
Favreau has confirmed he's doing the sequel and Lion King.
And that's awesome.
Wow.
Like, I'm pretty happy for that, because, like, I'm telling you, I really like that. Now, I haven't seen Pete's Dragon, but Beauty and the Beast looks like it's going to be pretty good. So, I'm happy that they're... it's kind of like they could, like, shoot themselves in the foot for doing this too much. We're gonna go
It's
with
like remasters. It's so funny. It's all I can think about. It's just like these are the remasters of movies where you get like these new games.
I think I'll dub this like the I'm gonna dub this the Telltale effect. Like it could be, you know what I mean? Oversaturation of their own product. That's what I'm thinking. So I think it is. Like, I mean, you can compare it. We'll get into Telltale next podcast, but so
I think the difference here are these movies. The gameplay on all those games are the same. So it's really, I mean, movies are all just watching things, but they can vary in experiences a lot more, I think, than when you're playing the game that feels the same.
Okay.
Time.
Well, I mean, it might be more accurate to be, like you said, the remasters of movies is the live action versions of animated movies. Of course, there already were remasters in movies before remasters in games. There were remakes. Yeah, there was remakes and tons of remakes because there's no original Hollywood movie anymore. Like that went bye.
Sure, Die Hard on a plane, Die Hard on a train, Die Hard in,
With green eggs and ham.
Yeah, I mean, there's always been like tons of reboots and rehashes and stuff, so it's not anything new. Let's see. The rest of the box office looks like as follows: Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them.
Staying at number 2?
Staying at number 2 at 18 million. Pretty good third week?
I think that's the third week.
Third week, yeah.
Arrival. I haven't heard any stats on Fantastic Beasts, which is not a good sign. Usually they're like, touting to the heavens about how well they're doing,
It's probably going to be a moderate success, but, nothing...
Yeah. I believe it's a setup, though, for, like I said, they're bringing in... named characters from the Harry Potter universe next movie, and I think this is a good setup. I haven't seen it yet, but what?
Nothing. Just I don't know. Like I said, like when they do prequels and established characters, I think prequels, if they're not careful, they can actually like ruin characters. Like
Anakin.
Yeah, obviously Anakin.
Oh God, I had to watch episode 2 last night.
I think that one is the worst, to be honest. I think that's worse than 1.
It is close because he is such a whiny bitch. Like, That is
The first one,
really
he has
is
the
close.
excuse of being a kid. Like,
Yes, yeah.
the other one is just like
Christian. Yeah, Christian Haydenson. What's his name?
Hayden Christensen.
Fuck, I don't know, man.
You were close, Corey. But yeah, I mean, he was terrible in that. But what were we talking about now?
Prequels. How I think, if you use a prequel...
Yeah, you have characters with predefined destinies, and knowing what and where they're going to fall in the world is hard.
Right, not to mention it's like when you have a character like, Darth Vader or even Obi-Wan, and you could do the prequels and you like find out more about their character, like it can kind of ruin like your image because, when we first meet Obi-Wan, he's just like an old, selfless, wise man. And then, the prequels, I mean, I like him in the prequels, but prequels he's a bit more,
I don't.
Yeah, but you like Qui-Gon Jinn, and Luke Skywalker, so
it's the best. I don't care about Luke Skywalker. I think he's vanilla, but
you've defended him before.
Yeah, because he's the defining character of the original trilogy. But no, you take away some of their mystique. Right. Obviously, when you get it filled, like, yeah, you have Obi-Wan in the. You don't know really all. He's wary. He's like,
I liked him in the prequels.
On his own.
No, I liked him,
yeah,
but
in the
it's
prequels,
easy to do
he's
it
like
bad.
a Boy Scout, boring-ass character.
He's not boring, and no, I mean, I
He
guess
is-
I'm
What was exciting about
Yeah.
Qui-Gon?
Yeah, I mean, Qui-Gon was just kind of thrown in there.
Qui-Gon was shit.
Qui-Gon was great.
Not to mention, if it wasn't for him, like, the universe might be okay right now.
If it wasn't for him, Darth Vader wouldn't have brought balance to the Force in Return of the Jedi. That's the vision he saw.
How did he bring balance to the Force? He brought imbalance to the Force
Destroy
first.
it. And he's Raj Al Ghul. Come on, he has to destroy things first before he can build them and be better. He's trying to do that in Batman Begins, but it didn't work too well.
I believe that was an entire failure of balancing the Force. So the prophecy was maybe
Was
not
it,
fulfilled
though?
yet.
Not to mention, like, we talk about, like Clone Wars and Rebels, like, Yoda, I thought Yoda sucked in that. And
Yeah,
it made me
Obi-Wan-
like the character less, because I'm like, you know what, Yoda, you made some really bad decisions that I don't agree with, so fuck you.
Well, this entire movie, that was the case. In episode 2, you're just shaking your head because, like, how are you guys this blind? Like, this is ridiculous. Like, Anakin, Yoda basically saw him slaughter the Sand People. Saw it. And he's like, oh, he's good still. He could be a Jedi still. He should have been tossed then. That would have been over
Wait,
with.
who saw him do that?
Yoda saw that, like, basically was saying that that Anakin was in pain and had a lot of like, he was like basically breaking, like, had a breakdown essentially.
I don't remember
him
that
and
part.
Mace Windu came into the room when Mace Windu came into the room to talk to Yoda because Yoda was like upset visually that he
Mace Windu is
basically
the only
saw it.
one that had any sense of the Jedi.
Well, and then
on that council.
you know what they had some nice subtle stuff I picked up on this time around where Mace Windu was more unsure of the.
Yeah, he was the
senator.
only one who actually ever said anything. It's like,
Yeah, 'cause
he
he's
looks at Yoda and goes like, "Yo, come on."
Yeah.
And then it was like, oh, he's gonna be fine.
And then and then well, even like the senator, like, or the chancellor at that point, he was in the chair. Everybody got up to leave when the chancellor basically assigned Anakin to protect Padme, and he stayed staring at him. Like, everybody else got up and moved around, and he just stared right at him. Like, really? Is this really happening right now? Like, you could see, like, he was the only character that had his shit together, but he didn't speak up, so maybe he didn't. But now we're getting into episode 2 talk.
I was just saying prequels have a rough job ahead of them, for me personally, because, like, I mean, I'm not even a Harry Potter fan, but you're going to see young little Dumbledore. He's supposed to be the main character in the next movie of whatever the sequel to Fantastic Beasts is, and I don't know if I'm down for that, you know?
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, well, I have to see this first.
I mean, I guess in personally, Dumbledore can only go up, because I thought he was a dumbass in the movies.
Oh. See, I
He
think
didn't do shit.
He had to do what he had to do to point Harry on the path.
Which was what? What did he do?
Save the world. Stop
What
Voldemort.
did Dumbledore do, though?
He basically pushed Harry into the path. Like, he had to
How?
get him going, and he knew that was the time that he had to leave him, essentially.
Whatever.
I don't know. Let's see, what else we have? Harry Potter and the Cursed Child heading to Broadway in 2018, guys. Coming to the U.S.
Don't care.
What? Really?
It's the story just sounds god awful.
Did you read the book?
I did not read the book, as
wasn't
you
that good.
say. There is no book.
Yeah, there's no book. Sorry, I meant to call it a screenplay. You're right. I agree. I completely agree with you.
I mean, you read it then, Jim?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the summary of what I know about it just sounds like really stupid premise, and when you pull in the time travel stuff, then it just gets dumb.
Mm-hmm. There's a lot of time turner stuff. So I didn't think it was that good. So I mean, I still want to see. I haven't seen a Broadway show ever.
Like, I just want to believe that the characters had a specific way of life, and this does not support that belief, I guess.
Yeah. Well, she undid it for you. Sorry, it's canon, Corey. Now so you can't go back. You can't go home again. Let's see what else we have. Moving into Marvel news, we got Luke Cage renewed for their second season.
That's cool.
Surprising.
Corey's got a lot of catching up to do.
As we discussed today on our Slack chat, basically, listeners and viewers, if you don't have that, we're on Slack. You can go to aycg.slackchat.com, I think, right?
Yes.
aycg.slack.com, I think it is. I use the app, so it's tough for me to tell you the website. I'm sorry. But you can get an invite from us if you send us a message on Facebook or at our email address at podcast@geek.net, or on you can do it on Twitter as well if you follow us. Send us a direct message or something, and we'll give you the information to join us on Slack. But anyway, so we had the conversation today about it, because it's not like I was surprised by this. It's just that timing-wise, I'm surprised, because this is like 3 years out.
Yeah, timing-wise, it is a big surprise, and I'm surprised they're even going to do it with a second season of Luke Cage, just because he seems so much like a side character.
I think if
there
they did
are other characters they should be
diversity,
exploring.
bro.
Yeah.
Diversity.
Oh yeah, they're all on the Luke Cage bandwagon. It's a big deal for them.
I think that
I still
it's
have to
okay
finish it,
in small
obviously.
quantities. I think the first half of his season was fine. I just don't think there is enough story for an entire 13-episode run. Do a 6-episode miniseries.
Well, I mean, I don't know how much of it is his fault or just the shift in
Poor writing.
what he's. Yeah, the sort of. I don't want to spoil anything for Corey, but the shift in his opponents, I will say.
Yeah.
That's fucking. All right, never mind.
Well, in any case, I just want to say that with the amount of Netflix shows coming up, it did give me the Telltale
Yes. Yeah.
vibe, where it's like, let's just throw all these seasons, because we got Iron Fist and Defenders and Punisher and Daredevil season 3 and Jessica Jones season 2 at some point. I mean, you're getting a lot of stuff coming at you, and which is good. I don't think that's a bad thing. It's just,
if you're only doing
with
2 a
this
year,
announcement, it felt like it though, because I mean, every 2 seconds you hear Telltale's coming out with a new game. So
well, that's a little bit different story, because Telltale relies on franchise IPs.
Mm-hmm. No, I understand that, and it's not that, like I said, I don't mind, because I'm a fan of the Marvel Netflix universe, and I want to see more of it, and I want to see more Jessica Jones, and I'm super excited for Iron Fist, and I want more of that. It gets to the point where I'm a little nervous that they're going to start expanding too far out and make things become less interesting, because now here's the Netflix
oversaturation. Again, oversaturation. Theme of the podcast here.
I am excited to see Walking Dead season 2 or season 3 come out this month, but I didn't even play season 2, so I got to do that still.
Yeah. I mean, I understand your concern, but frankly, the thing is, you can ignore this if you really don't.
And I
want
have
to participate. Right, which is where I was going with that. So I mean, regardless of when it comes out, I mean, you can push it off until 2020 if you wanted to. Yeah. I mean, going at this rate.
Again, I'm not saying it's bad right now. I'm just it gave me that vibe when I first heard of it, because like you're saying, Jim, it's way far out there. Why even say something right now?
Announce it the end of next year. You know what I mean? Then after you have your hype rolling from whatever we're getting next year, we're getting Defenders. Are we getting Daredevil season 3 next year?
No.
Are we getting Jessica Jones next year? What are we getting next year? Iron Fist, right?
Iron Fist and Defenders.
That's it. So
at least.
So then you're getting Daredevil.
At the end of the year. I think at the end of the year we'll either see Daredevil or Punisher.
Probably we got Punisher.
They're filming Punisher now, so
yeah.
Right? Aren't they
are. Yeah, they are. They were filming when they came. They came to the convention.
Right.
So
that tells me it's probably end of the year.
Yeah. So but Daredevil's been filming as well. So
has it?
Yeah. I think it has, but maybe I'm wrong. All right. What else do we have for news? We've got Vin Diesel. Who wrote this?
I wrote it.
Vin Diesel says Rocket and Groot could have their own movie after Infinity War. A little duo movie.
Yeah,
They're trying to make Groot like. Let's talk about the Guardians teaser trailer. That
yeah, like, cause I have a problem with this trailer, but I like to hear you guys.
I liked it. I thought that it's basically going to draw new crowds with that Baby Groot character. I think they're going to make him a lot like I don't know, like appealing for multiple audiences, kids, women.
Is he supposed to be the Jar Jar Binks character?
Well, I don't want to go as far as say bad Jar Jar Binks, but I mean, I as long as it's done properly, Jar Jar Binks is.
Hold on, Jar Jar Binks was annoying as shit.
Yeah,
wasn't even cute looking, and had like a ridiculous, terrible
stereotype accent.
No, I agree, and obviously he did not pan out well. I just got a really bad vibe from the Baby Groot character when I watched this, and it did not make me excited for this movie. Like, I was less interested after watching this trailer than I was before.
What's wrong with
it? I thought it was entertaining. Wanting to push that
Baby
button.
Groot.
What was wrong with it, though? You can't just say Baby Groot. What's wrong with it?
All right, it reminded me of Jar Jar Binks. Like I was saying, it's like a character.
Is it possibly that like half of this trailer was two cartoon characters talking to each other? Because that's kind of what it was.
I just felt that this character. I'm like, oh my god, if this is what if the movie's gonna be like, I'm not gonna. It's not what's gonna interest me. I don't want to see Rocket and Groot, Baby Groot. Like, people have to take care of Baby Groot because he's an adolescent who doesn't know anything. And now, like, oh my god, we got to explain everything to this Baby Groot character, and he's gonna act like a child. And like, I just don't need that right now.
I think you're projecting a lot of stuff out of
a teaser. Yeah.
And again, that's what I'm saying. I got a bad vibe from it. I'm not saying this is how the movie's gonna be, but you know.
But I mean, why not just have faith in them?
They shocked us already once with this movie.
I did say I am super excited for this movie. And the Slack chat, I said I'm still excited for this movie. I was just less interested because of this Baby Groot character.
So having a spin-off movie is not interesting to Corey?
That would be the worst thing. If it's a Baby Groot character. If it's a
adolescent Groot?
What? After all that Suicide Squad shit? Are you serious?
Is there a Baby Groot in Suicide Squad?
Where did Suicide Squad come from?
I wanted to go with what's name.
Wait, guys, hold up. Let's hold up. Let's leave DC out of this conversation. We've beaten that to death.
Half the characters in that movie were fucking Baby Groot levels of one-dimensional.
You're also now projecting.
Now you're calling Baby Groot one-dimensional.
You're also doing what you just said not Corey to do. You're
I'm
projecting
saying
a
Corey's
persona
thing.
to Baby Groot.
I'm afraid that Baby Groot's going to be the adolescent of the group, and they're going to have to defend him. Like,
even hold on, just stop you right there. Even if you accept that Corey kind of liked Suicide Squad but didn't love it, wouldn't you think that he would hold like Guardians to a higher standard anyway?
I would expect.
Maybe I don't know I don't remember what you said. How you felt about the first one, so I don't know.
I expect this to be better. I expect this to be a very good movie. So
I just put this right behind Winter Soldier when it came out.
Okay,
I mean, this like the movie is like I really liked Guardians of the Galaxy, and I thought it was a fresh, new thing that came out from Marvel.
New IP, yeah. So it is a very important sequel.
With this movie, like all I'm saying is I'm not saying this is what's going to happen. I'm just worried that the Baby Groot character is going to get overdone, and I don't want that.
You're worrying for nothing. You're worrying for nothing.
Okay. I hope that's true.
Your worries are unfounded.
I want that to be true. I just said that's all. I'm worried about it. That's all.
Everything non-Groot related, did you like or dislike?
No, I love the space stuff, and I think that Star-Lord is a great character.
I mean, as much as they did show Baby Groot, they did show a lot of Star-Lord and what's his name? Drax?
Drax.
Yeah.
In action.
They were all in it.
Yeah, Gamora's in it. So
again, I don't have a problem with the movie so far because I haven't seen it. I have a problem with this trailer because I didn't like Baby Groot in the trailer.
I understand that.
Right.
I'm just saying
I'm afraid that they're gonna overdo that. And like you said, they're gonna make him the mascot. They're gonna put him front and center. He's gonna be the draw of this movie. Everybody's gonna talk about Baby Groot, and that's fine. It's just,
what if he's really good? What if he's really good? You're already writing him off then if you're making that statement right now.
And I'm saying that's if it's good. If he's good, I will eat crow, but I'm just worried. That's all. I'm not saying that.
You're doing exactly what we've talked to Tony about not doing with DC. You're doing this.
Projecting my feelings.
Yes, you're already.
No. Hold on. He looked at a trailer. Like that's what the trailer is for, to give you an impression of what the movie is like. And he didn't like what he saw. Why would it?
trailer for Guardians.
This isn't some like bias he has against Marvel.
Well, I know that.
The trailer for Guardians, the original trailer for Guardians, was a great trailer because it got you super hyped for the movie because you didn't know what this movie was, and then you saw it like, wow, this is going to be great. This is the opposite, where I know what I want from this movie, and then they gave me this character that I don't want to see.
Yeah,
that's all.
What do you want from the Guardians 2?
I don't want Baby Groot. I just want more.
So you just hate Baby Groot. That's it.
So far, yes. I can't argue the fact that the Baby Groot character gnawed at me and like was annoying.
Did you like original Groot better?
I did. Yeah.
Original Groot was a big part of that last movie, and a part of him was like he's this mostly gentle giant that like seems to know more than he says. This is different. You have this tiny, cute guy who knows nothing. So it is way different sort of dynamic.
And again, this is just a trailer. We have no idea. We haven't seen the movie, but the character in the trailer was not something I want from this movie.
All right. Do you guys want a Legion TV series?
No.
Yeah, it's okay.
FX is basically premiering the FX series that Marvel has allowed Fox to air starts February 8th. That is key. That is key because we heard rumors, and I forgot to put that on here, about Doctor Doom possibly showing up in the Marvel Universe now. It's a rumor. It's a very, very out there rumor, but it's a possibility. And we mentioned him episodes ago about negotiating, not like the actual heroes, but maybe getting villains back in the Marvel Universe, like Galactus and Doctor Doom.
Or any characters, like Ego, because that's what we got.
So Legion is a very important series because I think it's an incentive-laden series. So like as long as it stays on TV, Marvel has like access rights to these characters. I think that's what it is.
Is FX really TV though?
Questionable. I don't watch.
There was
anything.
a show on FX I used to watch.
Yeah.
Not anymore.
Well,
I
even kind of check out It's Always Sunny every now and again. Oh, that's on FXX, isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't know. Sure.
I don't even know what's on the regular FX now anymore.
Nope.
All right, let's get into
I just think that it's interesting that they're going to do an X-Men show and it's going to look nothing or seem like nothing about X-Men at all. Like it could have been anything, and they're just throwing and tacking on this X-Men label.
I hear you.
Did you see Jean Grey's getting her own comic book series though? That's interesting.
She's getting her own what?
Comic book run.
Oh, cool.
First time.
I did not know this.
But anyway,
she's always
X-Men.
a weird character, so like I guess they could do something cool with it. But
she's like dead half the time.
Yeah, that's the thing. She's always a weird character.
Or the other half of the time.
Or not even the real Jean Grey.
Yeah.
So, all right, let's get into what we've been up to. Tony, what have you been watching?
What have I been watching? Nothing. I'm actually behind on Agents. I didn't even watch last week's episode.
I watched it. It's a good episode. It's setting up for a mid-season finale already. This is what I hate about... You take a 2-week break, you come back and have an episode, and then you have a finale, mid-season finale right after that.
Yeah, well, I mean, a lot of that was because of the election and then the holidays.
I know why they did it. It just sucks.
No, I agree. But, I mean, I don't know. I'm really kind of whatever about watching shows right now. I mean, Walking Dead I'm not even catching up on because it's pointless. With
the backlog of games, I'd
rather get through my games right now.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the mid-season breaks for these shows. Like, I'm actually enjoying a lot of the shows. Like, I am enjoying Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., so I watched it. But, like, I am 5 deep on games now. So, it's something that I have to get moving into. But, yeah. Corey?
Watching-wise, I need, like, the Westworld finale.
Did you watch it?
I didn't get to watch it, so I need to watch that. But
maybe
I'm excited for... this show. It's just going to be interesting. They already said that it's not going to come back until at least 2018.
Taking an entire year off. Ooh.
So it'll be interesting to see.
That's questionable about hype at that point.
But it's a great show and definitely worth watching. I'm
sure.
I
want to check it out. Yeah, maybe I'll check it out before you watch the finale. So next week we can both talk about it. So
okay.
I'm on episode 2. I've already seen the first one.
Yeah, it's pretty. I mean, it's only 10 episodes. So.
Yeah.
Other than that, I did not get to see all of Luke Cage. I saw one more episode, but then...
Where are you at now? Which episode?
4.
Oh. Okay.
I'm working my way through it slowly but surely. It'll happen.
If you can't get through the first half, there's just no chance he's getting through the second half. There's just no shot.
I do like the villain guy. He's an interesting character. It's just, I don't know. He gnaws on me a little bit.
Yeah.
Interesting.
He's nagging at people all the time. I like the actor, though. I like the actor that plays him. So.
Yeah, no, I like him too. He was in something else I just watched too.
Yeah, he was in something recently. Shoot. I can't remember what he was in now, but...
He's like a good guy.
Yeah.
Air quotes.
He was in, he's in House of Cards, isn't he?
I haven't seen House of Cards.
I believe he was in House of Cards, if I remember right, so... I'm almost certain he was in House of Cards, actually. He was one of
through the Netflix shows, eh?
Yeah, Remy, I think his name was. Was it Remy? I think it was Remy. But, yeah, so, I don't know.
Yeah, other than that, not much else to
Mike?
talk about.
Crossover event happened?
Yeah, so
Came
the
and
second half of that. First one was Arrow, which also was its 100th episode, which means they had too much to do in one episode.
That's a big mistake right there. Like, they should have not done this crossover to like, make it the mid-season finale then, and because they needed to give it a proper episode 100. It just felt like a jarbled fucking mess.
Yeah, a little bit. You have this whole alternate. I mean, this has happened a lot. Like, this is a common like Superman or even any superhero has this storyline happen
It's a common plot
to them.
point. Yeah, they always use this plot device.
And it wasn't too bad as a 100th episode maybe, but as the crossover episode, it was not so great.
Yeah.
It was nice to see some old characters have some cameos.
Deathstroke cameo.
Yeah, sort of.
Yeah,
Not...
that wasn't the actor, unfortunately.
Yeah.
It was definitely Deathstroke in it, which is cool to see them use him. But
yeah, it was nice, and it was nice to see his parents.
Yeah, seeing all the old actors and actresses back on the show. I guess they're all.
It was not nice to see CGI Roy and Tommy though. That was nonsense.
Yeah.
For like at the end, that was stupid looking. But it was okay if you like want to remember the old Arrow because that was the good times. And then there was a little bit more, and then there's Legends of Tomorrow, which really finished up the whole crossover, which was, I think, pretty good. It was exciting, but there's a lot of not a lot of, but this is kind of like the conclusion of Flashpoint for real now.
Yeah. It's a wrap up of everybody accepting the changes. Like I told you it was going to happen last week. I said this.
So it didn't just get resolved in the first 2 episodes.
Well, it did.
Like I said from the beginning.
It mostly did. But
mostly.
Yeah, he was out of the universe after the first episode. Now there's just little tweaks in the new world he created, which is pretty much the same as this world. But whatever.
I'd say if you go back in time to change something and then go back to reverse it, it's resolved.
He didn't go back to reverse it. Wow,
he did. That's exactly what he did.
But there's still ripple effects from Flashpoint that occurred throughout the entire. That's recurred through the first half, which is what I said was going to happen.
Yeah, well, they're mostly pretty minor things, really, as from like our perspective. Yeah. Except now Cisco is still ruined, even though he's supposedly less upset. He's still kind of ruined in my eyes because he's just so.
Is this like Legends of Tomorrow episode a standalone episode? Actually, is this whole crossover a standalone thing?
You really could just watch it. You can watch
pretty much. You can watch.
Don't even watch Supergirl.
The 3 episodes. Yeah, Supergirl has nothing to do with it.
Now Supergirl is great. Supergirl is great in these 3 episodes. You can't argue that, Mike.
She got writer blocked out of half of this episode.
Oh yeah, but she I see because you have to appreciate her as a character though. Like I think that she does a great job, and that's why I watch her show.
Well, yeah, I see her show too, and she's the only likable character on the show. But
yeah, but Corey, you could watch all 3.
All 3.
Flash, Arrow, Legends. You don't have to watch Supergirl because it wasn't a crossover.
Mm-hmm. No, but it was a pretty solid event, I think. Obviously, it could have been better.
It was better than their other events that they've done before.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
So.
So that was okay. Then I did watch Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Okay, so did I.
Actually, some pretty important things happened in this episode, I thought.
Well, they kind of tied into Doctor Strange a little.
Sort of, yeah. Vaguely.
A little more.
Vaguely. It was good. I liked it.
I mean, I think I talked about this a little last week because we had a later podcast, and I think I actually saw it. I'm not sure, though. I don't know. Anyway, and then Walking Dead, which I just saw before this. All I see everywhere is people like, oh, ratings so many people leaving this show. Everyone's
Ratings
pissed
are
off.
tanked for this show. I mean,
We didn't put that on the news.
No, we didn't. 10 million viewers now for the show is the lowest it's ever been at since season 3.
Was that news last week or this week? Because I know
was
Tony
last
Hughes mentioned 10 million, like 2 off of whatever, still like 8 million.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, it's still
Yeah.
a shit ton of viewers, but it's not.
No.
It started.
They want to see growth. They want to see
Its
growth.
premiere was at 17.9 million, and now they're at 10.8. That's the fall off from episode 1.
Mm-hmm.
And it's been declining.
Which was
steadily.
kind of to be expected, but they haven't really done much of anything since then. This episode, nothing actually happens, but I did like it. It's ramping up towards something. Like, something's going to happen, but next episode's the mid-season finale again, so that'll be it for like 3 months. And I have a problem with like that. Like this show and Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., because they also do lots of these very lengthy breaks with them, more than the other shows.
Yeah.
I sort of just like check out with them. And then when it comes back, I'm like, oh, I'm supposed to care about this again?
These shows should be like what HBO does and just run the 16... I think it's 16 episodes, or are they 20 in these things? I think they're 16, if I remember right. See, like the other shows like Arrow and Flash and them, they're 22 episodes, I think. Yeah.
Normally
so
22.
There's at least, I think, 4 more episodes than what we have from these other shows. And that's the problem. Like, I think you should cut the episodes out of these shows. Maybe cut them down to 13 and then do a run. Just run it. You know what I mean? Like what they do on HBO. And I think that would be a lot better for viewers and, like, pace of the show.
Especially in Walking Dead, where they could have definitely like skipped a couple of these episodes since the premiere, and
some shitty episodes in this.
And since they also can just throw a half hour on willy nilly whenever they want.
I think this actually had a million more viewers, so it actually grew from the last.
It was a little better. I mean, lots of Negan stuff with Carl and Negan encountering each other.
They had the Carl Negan from the comic books guys, the graphic novel, when they had that little encounter. That's the same thing they did in this episode. So
I was gonna look at my Star Wars, my Walking Dead Tops app, and see what the card was that just came out, and see if I could correlate that with the show, because that's how it's been the past couple of weeks. It's like, well, here's a new card, and the episode's about this character. So
it was okay, but it makes me more looking forward to what happens next. But that's kind of all they've been doing for like the last 4 episodes.
Okay. All right. Anything else?
That's it.
Yep. I mean, that's all for me. We've talked about everything I've watched as well, so I think that's going to wrap up the Moviecast.
Did you guys watch, real quick, did you watch the Mummy trailer? Because that is actually officially, quote-unquote, starting the Universal Monsters.
Yeah, Dracula's not part of this monster universe that they just released, like, last year? What the fuck?
Yeah, they kicked him out.
Listen, apparently. I think this shared universe idea from Universal is fucking stupid, but be consistent, you idiots. Mm-hmm. Come on.
I mean, they did it like 50 years ago. Why not now?
Well, no, it's just they said that Dracula was going to be a part of this shared universe, but then they just recently said that he's not now, and that Mummy is officially starting that.
Because they just didn't like how that previous movie did?
Here's the thing with the Mummy. Here's the thing with the Mummy, and what I got from the teaser, the trailer that we had. I missed the first movie from the Mummy. Does it age? Has anybody watched it recently?
It's aged.
The CGI has, I
CGI's
think.
terribly.
I'm sure it is, but is it still fun?
I don't know.
Still probably.
Because I mean, like, thinking back to watching this trailer, all it was like, man, Brendan Fraser was really fun to watch in this movie. The first one, obviously. It kind of
the first one was supposed to be that kind of slapsticky, goofy, fun Mummy. This one looks to be much more serious, and it almost looked like a Mission Impossible movie.
It
from
had
the way
that feeling. Yes, it had that feeling. I hate to like Tom Cruise. I hate to say it, but that's
He's
what
on a
happens.
plane, things go wrong, and it's like, okay, let's see.
It was an action sequence, and yeah. So I mean, I don't know.
Tom Cruise, after like a 30-year movie career, has managed to get himself typecast.
Yes, yes, he has. Yes, he has. So, all right. That's going to wrap up this episode. Like I said earlier, write us podcast at allgeek.net for any questions or comments. Tune into our Gamecast coming up soon. Coming up next. If not, you watch. I don't know which order you watch these in, but tune into each other. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Watch us. I'm waving. If you don't see that, I'm sorry. Yeah. Tune in next week. We'll have not Rogue One yet, but Rogue One discussions probably and theories maybe. I don't know. We'll do a little Star Wars hype. So.
George Lucas did see it and liked it, but
actually liked it.
What does he know?
What does he know?
All right, that'll be it. Thanks, guys.